Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Sunday, March 21st, at 3:28 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 594 headlines from 108 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. After Lee University publicly corrects campus speaker, alumni organize to protect LGBTQ students who they say are in danger. McCarthy hires top Trump official to run political operation. Hard workers, dedicated mothers, striving immigrants, these are the 8 people killed in the Atlanta area spa shootings. 6-month summers could be common by the end of this century, scientists say. Mexico limits non-essential travel on southern border. Miami Beach residents and guests caught on causeways during Ocean Drive curfew chaos. Video of SEPTA worker attack sparks outrage, calls for chief's resignation. Aggressive coronavirus sequencing needed to determine if New York variant causes reinfections, former FDA commissioner says. COVID vaccines, why some Americans are choosy about their jab. New $25 billion deal with Create First Canada-US, Mexico Railroad. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Profit tumbled at Saudi Aramco, the world's biggest oil company, CNN. Asteroid safely flies by Earth on Sunday, Fox News. European scientists zero in on AstraZeneca blood clot link, NPR. EU set to block exports of Astra vaccine and ingredients to UK, Bloomberg. Donald Trump is creating his own social media network that will go live in a few months, CNN. Tim Cook and other Apple executives will testify against Epic in Fortnite trial, CNN. Jets signing defensive tackle Sheldon Rankins in NFL free agency, New York Post. Bella Thorne is engaged to Italian singer Benjamin Mascalo after 2 years of dating, Fox News. I feel sad and I feel proud, hundreds rally against hate crimes against Asian Americans, Como News. 5 questions from Illinois March Madness upset loss to Loyola Chicago, ESPN. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. DHS chief, U.S., Mexico border is closed, but unaccompanied minors accepted. Texas Roadhouse CEO Kent Taylor dies amid COVID-19 struggle. Louisiana Republican wins election to replace husband in Congress after his COVID-19 death. Sandra Oh calls to stop anti-Asian hate in powerful speech, I am proud to be Asian. Watch horrifying moment dad takes toddler into zoo elephant pen, and animal charges. 2 people in Denmark suffer brain hemorrhages after AstraZeneca vaccines, 1 dies. The COVID-19 relief program comes with a big asterisk. LeBron James is out indefinitely after bad sprain and loss to Hawks. Donald Trump's personal Boeing reportedly sits moldering at small New York airport. Supporters rally across the nation against anti-Asian hate after spa shootings. The next headlines are from the 4th most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. 60-year-old man charged with 6th alley. Army vet walks for PTSD awareness. Search for boys' bodies called off. Project aims to get flood victim back in home. Cheerleading team suspended for alleged hazing. 8,000 vaccinated in 2-day stadium event. Police, 6-year-old girl shot over spilled water. 100+ arrests for illegal street racing. Parents charged in infant's death. Hiking challenge promotes parks, forests. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. Why some Georgia lawmakers want last week's shootings labeled hate crimes. Elsa Peretti, star designer for Tiffany & Company, dies at 80. After Sarah Everard's killing, women's groups want change, not more policing. There are two Asian Americas, and one is invisible. After spa attacks, officers handcuffed victim's anguished husband for 4 hours. Kent Taylor, Texas Roadhouse founder and CEO, dies at 65. Think COVID's messed up your travel plans? Try getting into China. How Trump's pardon choices were shaped by a set of allies. How Senator Ron Johnson helps erode confidence in government. Scenes of mourning and defiance. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Jaguars Urban Meyer calls NFL free agency process awful. NYC homeless man knocks out DHS cop at shelter, disturbing video shows. Boyd has 18 to lead number 1 Wolfpack over 16 seed NCAA 79-58. Brown, 34 points, 10-3s, lead Celtics past Magic 112-96. Ingram, Williamson score 30, Pelicans beat Nuggets 113-108. Border Patrol in Rio Grande Valley releasing illegal crossers into U.S. without court date. Brown leads Michigan to 87-66 win over Florida Gulf Coast. Number 1 seed Baylor beats Wisconsin 76-63 to reach Sweet 16. Rockets lose team record 20th straight game, fall to Thunder. Will woke teen Vogue staffers turn on social media manager over past N-word tweets? You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Sunday, March 21st. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Thousands evacuate as Sydney floodwaters approach roof height and 200 schools are closed. Dr. Scott Gottlieb says COVID-19 variant could infect vaccinated New Yorkers. Ministers cast further doubts on summer holidays abroad. The shattering price of lockdown on our health and economy revealed after a year of COVID restrictions. Fears of 2-month delay to UK vaccine rollout amid EU export. Jan Moyer's view from the sofa as Line of Duty makes its hotly anticipated return to our screens. Dr. Max Pemberton, best way to boost your child's brain, boredom. When your son says he wants to be a woman. Top cancer doctor reveals why a lot of what you fancy does you good. Dance with the Daps, get outside and enjoy the vivid displays of our golden trumpets. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. Prince Harry remembers Diana's death in book for children who have lost parents to COVID. Erdogan pulls Turkey out of European treaty aimed at protecting women from violence. Philippine defense chief asks Chinese flotilla to leave reef. Third dose of Sinopharm coronavirus vaccine needed for some in UAE after low immune response. Israel revokes permit of Palestinian foreign minister. AstraZeneca, once touted as a pandemic slayer, faces challenges. Sikh leaders celebrate upcoming holiday with vaccine clinic. Biden aims to prevent border crossings from swamping agenda. Everything you need to know about the Tokyo Olympics. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's US news feed. Coronavirus live news, UK sets new record of 873,784 daily vaccinations, Germany mulls lockdown extension. Vinicius and Kane apply balm to Spurs wounds with win against Aston Villa. Never seen anything like it. Locals watch helplessly as floodwaters rise across New South Wales. Trump will use his own platform to return to social media after Twitter ban. Iheanacho's double sinks Manchester United and puts Leicester in last four. 101-year-old Sister Jean inspires Loyola to upset No. 1 seed Illinois in NCAA tournament. Noel El-Saadawi, trailblazing Egyptian writer, dies aged 89. We needed to rescue the nation from despair, culture's year of COVID. Miami Beach imposes emergency COVID curfew to curb spring break chaos. Olympic surfing hopeful Catherine Diaz killed by lightning while training. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. California among worst in getting vaccines to vulnerable populations, CDC report. Official confirms man now linked to 5 deaths. Mother, white headmaster made black son kneel during apology. France's limited lockdown beset by glitches as cases rise. Acclaimed Egyptian feminist Noel El-Saadawi dies at age 89. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Domestic violence, US condemns Turkey for quitting treaty. Australia floods, thousands to be evacuated as downpours worsen. COVID-19, Miami Beach imposes emergency curfew over spring break chaos. Congo-Brazzaville presidential candidate in hospital with COVID-19. Afghanistan, U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin on unannounced Kabul visit. South China Sea dispute, huge Chinese fishing fleet alarms Philippines. Egyptian feminist Noel El-Saadawi dies at 89. Australia floods, couple's house swept away near Sydney. Nora's, millions celebrate Persian New Year around the world. Saudi Aramco's profits slide nearly 45% after lower oil demand. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. What's going to happen to me, reflecting on a pandemic college year, through the words of student newspapers. AP Top Stories March 21 p. Miami Beach in state of emergency because of spring break crowds, more trouble for AstraZeneca vaccine, COVID-19 live updates. Modest and humble, Texas Roadhouse founder Ken Taylor remembered for taking care of his employees during coronavirus pandemic. My mother can rest easy, GoFundMe page for Sons of Atlanta spa shootings victim Hyun Young grant raises more than $2.7 million. Protesters rally around the country to stop Asian hate. Glock pistol disguised as toy Nerf gun seized in North Carolina drug raid. Miami police enforce curfew, fire pepper balls at spring break crowds amid COVID fears. The day in pictures. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Men arrested after drone found with a bag of heroin on board, Simi Valley police say. California adopts 3-foot spacing rule for classrooms, changing reopening equation. LA Goth nightclub known for rituals and secrecy has closed amid sexual misconduct claims. The scent of popcorn, the silver screen, LA's movie theater fans finally get their fix. Rallies against anti-Asian attacks and racism across California. An Echo Park homeless couple take their wedding vows as they face possible eviction. Earthquake, 3.0 quake reported in Ontario. LA County reports 521 new coronavirus cases, 56 deaths. ICE released a sick detainee from Adelanto immigration facility. He died 3 days later. I'm scared I won't be believed. Asians fight to have racist hate documented. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Sunday, March 21st, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More from other news sources is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Saudi oil giant Aramco's profits plunge nearly 45% amid pandemic. France bans the halal slaughter of poultry as of next July. Wealthy countries, including the UK, are blocking proposals to help developing nations increase their vaccine manufacturing capabilities, documents leaked to the BBC show. Biden calls Turkey's exit from treaty for women unwarranted. A North Korean citizen was taken into U.S. custody on Saturday after being extradited from Malaysia to face money laundering charges, making him the first North Korean extradited to the U.S. to face trial. Moon Kol-mayon was in the custody of the FBI in Washington, D.C. COVID-19, science behind Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine can be used to give people cancer jabs within a couple of years, says co-creator. The technology used to develop the Pfizer jab can be applied to get the immune system to take on tumors. French court rules that sex with 13-year-old girl cannot be tried as rape. Russian scientists find microplastics in Siberian snow and rainwater. Philippine troops have tracked down and killed a leader of Abu Sayyaf and rescued the last of his 4 Indonesian hostages, the military announced on Sunday. Marines killed Majan Sahijuan, alias Apo Mike, in a gun battle on Saturday night in southern Ta'i province. COVID-19, record-breaking day with 873,784 vaccine doses given in UK. Mexico, politician accused of rape to run for state governor. Women's rights activists in Mexico are outraged that the ruling Morena party has ratified Felix Salgado Macedonio as their candidate to lead the state of Guerrero. Canadian Pacific Railway buys Kansas City Southern to create first Canada to Mexico rail network. Rising from the rubble, London pub rebuilt brick by brick after illegal bulldozing. Brazil fines Apple $2 million for not including charger with iPhone 12 series. In precedent, court rules school can bar unvaccinated, untested worker. The next headlines are from Forbes. New coronavirus variant just found in New York has overwhelmed Brazil's healthcare system. We must protect survivors and witnesses of mass atrocities from intimidation and harassment. Vikings series finale review, The Last 3 Sons of Ragnar Lothbrok. Trump to return to social media on his own platform within 3 months, senior advisor says. Operation Warp Speed head says Trump administration responsible for 90% of vaccine rollout. Arkansas governor admits near total abortion ban is unconstitutional. Zack Snyder's Justice League, Warner Brothers' fatal mistake was focusing on Batman. Anna has sold $1.8 million economy class in-flight meals to Japanese consumers for at-home dining. Buckingham Palace will reportedly launch diversity review after Harry and Meghan fallout. Box office, nobody nabs promising $2.60 overseas as Oscar contenders rally. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,693,514,464 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Resident Evil director Johannes Roberts reveals title and details of upcoming film. Alone Together review, Charlie XCX medicates her quarantine anxiety by making an Insta album, with fans invited. Will Zack Snyder be invited to make a Justice League sequel? The answer is a test of whether Hollywood still works. Column. Sandra Oh gives passionate speech at Stop Asian Hate protest. I am proud to be Asian. Raya and the Last Dragon leads box office as LA Theater revival boosts ticket sales. Katherine Heigl details major neck surgery. I am now bionic. Subjects of Desire review, smart, wide-ranging investigation of Black beauty standards. Winter Soldier co-creator reveals mixed feelings about new Marvel series. The Lost Sons Review, a documentary mystery about a kidnapped baby and the haunted adult he, maybe, grows up to be. Tenet is coming to HBO Max in May. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. European scientists zero in on AstraZeneca blood clot link. Saudi oil giant Aramco reports 44% profit slump in 2020 amid coronavirus pandemic. Miami Beach issues curfew to curb spring break, virus knocks coup from March Madness. U.S. Defense Chief Austin goes to Afghanistan amid questions over withdrawal date. Amid a wave of targeted killings in Afghanistan, she's number 11 on a murder list. How parents can address kids' pandemic weight gain. Lordstown Motors faces skepticism from investors. U.S. Defense Chief arrives in Kabul on first trip to Afghanistan. COVID-19 vaccination has been conjuring up emotions and memories. California has a new idea for homes at risk from rising seas: buy, rent, retreat. The following headlines are from the week. Loyola Chicago stunts top-seeded Illinois, returns to Sweet 16 in convincing fashion. Mayorkas urges patience at southern border, says Trump dismantled system. Trump's chief pollster explains why Ron DeSantis may be inheriting Trump's role in the GOP. Austin appears to take softer approach than Blinken in surprise visit to Afghanistan. 10 things you need to know today, March 21, 2021. GOP's Julia Letlow elected to House seat initially won by late husband who died of COVID-19. Miami Beach mayor declares emergency as wall-to-wall crowds descend on city, sparking virus fears. American consumers are the real job creators. America's falling fertility rate. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Oh, the irony, there are likely water worlds everywhere, but they're covered in ice and impossible to investigate. A plan to store seeds, spores, eggs and sperm on the moon for safekeeping. Every spring a single cloud forms at one of Mars' tallest mountains and only lasts for a few hours. Perseverance's landing site named for Octavia Butler. Remembering NASA Flight Director Glenn Lenny, 1936 to 2021. Work begins on cleaning up Arecibo. The job could cost $50 million. These are the news headlines for today, Sunday, March 21st. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Moon and winter circle on March 21st and 22nd. Scientists stunned to discover plants beneath mile-deep Greenland ice. How plants manage the shift from winter to spring. 10 years after Japan's big tsunami. The next news is from Politico. Biden's first 100 days. The vaccines that could stop COVID-19. We all know hate when we see it. Dem lawmakers condemn violence against Asian Americans. Blunt, 9/11 style Capitol riot commission may delay fixes. Cotton calls for return of Trump border policies. Pentagon chief makes surprise stop in Afghanistan as generals warn of premature drawdown. Biden DHS chief says border is closed but U.S. won't expel children. Republican AGs take blowtorch to Biden agenda. Rallies in Atlanta, nation against hate after spa shootings. How owning the libs became the GOP's core belief. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. It's no wonder Aboriginal youth run from police, professor calls out systemic racism at inquest. Ugly and oppressive, why Nedlands hates ordinary building done well. Like 70s Google Earth, declassified spy shots bring Perth's simpler path to life. NSW floods live updates. Western Sydney residents told to evacuate as extreme weather event continues across state. ADF assistance likely. Floods across Sydney and NSW. Genocide in plain sight. Bipartisan motion calls out China's treatment Uyghurs. Best of Cartoons, March 22, 2021. ASX to slip. Crown confirms $8 billion Blackstone offer. Crown Resorts receives $8 billion takeover bid from private equity giant Blackstone. Telstra to form new holding company, split into 4 divisions. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. SportsWatch, ex-NBA star Meta World Peace has a tricky new promotion that has a shot at going viral. The Wall Street Journal, new head of Turkey's central bank tries to reassure markets after shakeup. Newswatch, how inflation's bite makes bonds riskier than stocks. Vaccines are here. That's no reason to call off the hunt for effective COVID-19 treatments. Coinbase CEO's charity enlists ambassadors to help donate cryptocurrency. It's really hard to get people to give money to strangers on the internet. Give while you live. Jeff Bezos is giving himself a decade to spend $10 billion and battle climate change. Dispatches from a pandemic. $1.9 trillion seems fake, but $7,000 seems life-changing. 3 Americans tell MarketWatch how they'll spend their stimulus checks. Amazon can get anything in the world physically to your door in under 48 hours. It takes Uncle Sam 6 days. Wells Fargo defends stimulus check delay. TaxWatch, are you claiming a 2020 stimulus payment on your taxes? The IRS will no longer seize it for unpaid debts, but there are exceptions. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. How to turn your idea into a successful business like Joy Mangano, Forbes. Patent holding company wins $308.5 million judgment against Apple, coming for Google and Amazon next. Mies Pauruser. Patents registered by women in Oman reached 115 in 2020, Times of Oman. Apple on hook for $308.50 and DRM patent suit. General discussions on Apple Insider forums. Apple Insider. The next headlines are from Quartz. 9 of the 10 happiest countries in the world are in Europe. Saudi Aramco has lost the title of world's most profitable company. South Africa is racing to head off a deadly third wave of COVID-19. Elon Musk's vision board for Tesla's future. Tesla's arrival in India will turbocharge its nascent EV industry. Tesla needs China, but China also needs Tesla. How Tesla captured the EV market, in charts. Tesla changed what competitive advantages mean in the EV race. Namibians aren't in the mood to celebrate their Independence Day. Digital economy hopes, free Senegal songs, Nigeria crypto ban adjustments. The following headlines are from TechDirt. Funniest most insightful comments of the week at TechDirt. Game Jam winner spotlight, fish magic. Life imitates art. Warren Spector says he wouldn't make Deus Ex in today's toxic climate. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Kent Taylor. Baylor University. Loyola basketball. Iowa basketball. West Ham vs. Arsenal. Illinois. Leicester City vs. Man United. Chelsea. Luka Garza. UCLA basketball. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Biden's Pentagon chief makes surprise visit to Afghanistan as questions loom over Trump withdrawal deadline. Israel seizes Palestinian foreign minister's travel permit after visit to International Criminal Court over war crimes probe. Kill the bill, protesters clash with cops in UK, in demonstration against the draconian policing legislation, videos. I didn't lose to him, Trump mocks Biden's Air Force One steps fall, video. Mass stabbing at Detroit hookah lounge leaves 8 hospitalized. North Korean embassy staff leave Malaysia as country sever diplomatic ties over U.S. extradition row. Trump will return to social media with own platform in 2 or 3 months, says advisor. Masks and distancing could be required for several more years, British public health expert says. Don't ever celebrate too soon, American TV presenter suffers cruel basketball embarrassment in viral video. If Canelo calls, we're ready, undefeated Russian star beats Alvarez showdown after latest KO victory, video. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Bitcoin ATMs are landing at gas stations, delis and convenience stores near you. White supremacist thinking, San Fran School Board VP under fire for allegedly anti-Asian tweets. Lira crashes, Turkey CDS soars, Erdogan launches another epic crisis. Ram truck production delayed amid global chip shortage. Warp speed may be possible with tremendous amount of energy. Biggest squeeze since 2014 sends hedge funds long the dollar for first time since last July. Michael Tracy, how the censors won. Racist, Biden admin says it's simple, the border is closed, still zero access for journalists. Former FDA commissioner, costly social distancing mandate wasn't based on clear science. Good evening, I want to have a frank talk with you tonight about our most serious domestic problem. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Atlanta attacks, U.S. Senator wants deeper probe into racial motive. Nabadi, 2-year-old girl from Mali, dies after Spain sea rescue. Wife of Canadian held in China demands release on eve of trial. Biden admin defends response to increase in migrant arrivals. Can the Olympic Games succeed without overseas fans? Qatar ex-president Francois Boziz takes charge of rebel alliance. Noel El-Sadawi, Egyptian author and women's rights icon, dies. Iran's Khomeini reiterates nuclear deal stance in New Year speech. Turkey's new central bank boss to hold talks with bankers, report. The next headlines are from Breitbart. General Motors official SUV of NCAA March Madness is made in China. Police search for missing woman last spotted walking dog in Massachusetts. Actress Sandra Oh joins Stop Asian Hate protest in Pittsburgh. Corporate donors dominate push to give amnesty to 4.4 illegal aliens. 95 migrants found in human smuggling attempt at Boulder State Airport in Mexico. Charles Barkley slams coward who threatened Buckeyes forward E.J. Liddell. Netflix to celebrate Tiger King anniversary with TikTok drag queen musical. Marvel's The Falcon and the Winter Soldier goes woke, black superhero denied bank loan. Rick Scott says he does not support amnesty while crafting amnesty plan. Julia Letlow wins Louisiana special election, replaces late husband. The following headlines are from Earth Files, updates on Earth and astronomical mysteries. Part 1 of 7, animal mutilation perpetrators are creatures from outer space, Sheriff Tex Graves, Logan County, Colorado, 1979. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Dr. Patch Adams known for wearing a clown nose has a foot amputated, and he says he's thrilled. Watch. Vitamin D supplements protect black people against COVID-19, according to new research. Fun facts and strange customs to celebrate the vernal equinox. Island overrun with rats completely recovers in only 11 years after ecosystem had been decimated. This week's inspiring horoscopes from Rob Bresney's Free Will Astrology. Watch what happens when an octopus steals a tennis ball from a border collie. MIT scientists developed the perfect breathable earth-friendly fabric using the same material as single-use bags. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Sunday, March 21st. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Man arrested after taking his toddler into an elephant enclosure at San Diego Zoo. Missing girls found by cops on Lot Scott's train after overnight ordeal. I don't want sex with anyone, the growing asexuality movement. Look out, labs, French Bulldog's now second most popular U.S. dog. The Russians have cut off Mitch McConnell's cache in Kentucky. Galveston man threatens family and stabs cat 12 times while 4-year-old fires AK-47, police say. Walrus spotted in Wales, days after one seen off Ireland. You cannot escape the smell. Mouse plague grows to biblical proportions across eastern Australia. New South Wales. The Guardian. Apple fined $2 million in Brazil for selling iPhones without chargers. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Is your internet connection driving you mad? Here's what might be behind it. Why AI struggles to grasp cause and effect. There's more evidence Twitter is testing an undo button, but it'll cost you. Mars missions could leave astronauts with severe psychological damage, new study. What's up with the Apple App Store's privacy changes? Hardware wallets, here's what you need to know if you're new to Bitcoin. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Sunday, March 21st from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Utah reports 375 new COVID-19 cases and 15,236 more vaccinations. Bayou is excited to be back in the big dance, but has a tall order against Rutgers in the first round. Navajo Nation reports 5 more COVID-19 cases, 4 more deaths. 13 people have died since 2000 on Angel's Landing Trail at Zion. Ex-politician in prison for adoption scam gets 5 more years. Park City students fight online filters for LGBTQ searches. Fair Mormon adopts a new name and urges a kinder approach in defending the LDS Church. Bayou Cougars waited a long time to return to NCAA tournament, but fall to UCLA 73-62 in first round. Dominant Utes win Pac-12 gymnastics championships. The Utah men's basketball opening should attract plenty of suitors because it remains a premier Division I job. Here's why. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. Stricter rules for internet platforms, what are the alternatives? John Cleese sells Brooklyn Bridge NFT, as craze sparks stunts and culture wars. Why the next Silicon Valley will be Austin, Texas. Vint Cerf versus Martin Hellman, how should we assess the risks of nuclear war? How the COVID pandemic almost didn't happen. After 4 years, U.S. gov's climate change website is back online. America plans aggressive cyber counterattack on Russia. Model trains make a pandemic comeback, with electronic enhancements and engineer software. California bans dark patterns that trick users into giving away their personal data. Can VW's electric cars compete with Teslas? The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Missouri man accused of killing his wife and her parents. Missouri reports 261 COVID cases, 4 virus deaths. Loyola shocks top seed Illinois, 71-58 in NCAA tournament. St. Louis County Police issue endangered person advisory for 22-year-old man with autism. One person shot multiple times near Lake St. Louis Walmart. Illinois first positive rabies case of 2021 found in bat. Pedestrian struck, killed on I-70 and Adelaide Saturday morning. Fire destroys reptile house at Missouri petting zoo. Teenager killed in crash on I-55 in Sta, Genevieve County. 7 small business finalists chosen for 3 free months of rent at Test St. Louis storefront. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Will music festivals happen in 2021? Here's what we know. Police ask for help finding missing at-risk woman. Clear skies Sunday with cooler days ahead for San Diego. Scam alert, why posting your COVID vaccine card may lead to fraud. Analysis, Newsom couldn't keep ignoring recall election. Miami sets emergency curfew after spring break crowds, fights. Amid border surge, confusion reigns over Biden policies. News now, border migrant camp grows south of San Diego. Memorial for teen placed at site of deadly crash following football game. Petco Park vaccination site closes to make way for Padres opening day. The next headlines are from spooknews.com. IKEA France goes on trial for spying on staff members. Quick news, Eyes, Lift, Last, Annie, Forspoken, Dark Horizons. Rat steals pet cat's GPS tracking device, lead owner on chase under his neighborhood. Russia's top envoy in UK brands diplomatic ties nearly dead. Russia-UK diplomatic ties nearly dead, top envoy says. Elon Musk says Tesla would be shut down if its cars were used for spying in China. iPhone anti-spy secret codes, how to use them to avoid hijacking calls and texts. Bulgaria arrests spy ring supporting Russian intel network, clearance jobs. Spy phone mobile tracker application for the safety and security of your loved ones. Putin's next victims, spy alerts targets in UK they are on Russia's assassination list. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. U.S. Navy expects MQ-25 Stingray to conduct approximately 960 annual flight operations. Russian-backed rebels deploys tanks near demarcation line in eastern Ukraine. South Korea looks to buy AGM-114R multi-purpose Hellfire II missiles. Terrifying new video shows moment Afghan military helicopter crash. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Sunday, March 21st, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Man killed, woman hurt in Oakland shooting. More than 200 vehicles show up at San Jose Sideshow. Spring ahead, staycation in your sanctuary. Crash involving wrong-way driver shuts down San Jose Highway. Texas Roadhouse CEO dies by suicide after experiencing unbearable COVID symptoms. 5 options for people who cannot afford their tax bills. Married 66 years, husband, wife die minutes apart of virus. Raiders counting on Nag Cow to spark struggling pass rush. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. AP News in brief at 6:04 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Blake Griffin expected to make debut with Nets vs Wizards. Slain spa workers and customers mourned by families. Spring brings another long-awaited return. Benevento stuns Juventus 1-0 as pressure grows on Pirlo. Report, multiple motorcycles involved in Lake in the Hills crash. Dasunmu tries to find bright side to Alini's tough ending. Loyola's win over Illinois leaves no doubt Ramblers belong in Sweet 16. About 14% of Illinois residents now fully vaccinated, state reports. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Drought is ongoing in Afghanistan, Iran, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Drought is ongoing in Iraq, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Angola, Congo, DRC, Namibia. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Mexico. Drought is ongoing in Malawi, Mozambique. Drought is ongoing in Afghanistan, Iran, Pakistan. Drought is ongoing in Bolivia, Brazil. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.5 m, depth 10 km, in Vanuatu March 20, 2021, 1542 UTC, few people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 7 m, depth 54 km, in Japan March 20, 2021, 9:09 UTC, 2,630,000 people within 100 kilometers. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Sunday, March 21st in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Abilene Christian stuns Texas, Caps upset heavy first round of NCAA. Man accused of shooting 6-year-old to death has history of violence with children, records show. President George H.W. Bush's beloved train makes final arrival in College Station. Loyola Ramblers upset first seed Illinois in second round of NCAA men's tournament in first matchup since 1963. Grand Champion, Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo selects junior market steer winners. 16-year-old Waco girl found safe, Amber Alert cancelled. Funeral services set for mom, 3 kids killed in fiery crash. Miami sets earlier curfew after massive spring break crowds, fights. A pleasant Sunday with storms returning next week. Over 100 arrests made during illegal street racing crackdown. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Man arrested after taking daughter into zoo elephant habitat. In French woods, rivals take aim at Senator's World War I research. Man carries toddler into San Diego Zoo's elephant habitat. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Extra, extra, Miami spring breakers vow to defy SWAT teams and party on. Here are the COVID-19 restrictions that are about to loosen in NY. NY pharmacies can now give vaccines to New Yorkers with underlying conditions. Crowded party violating COVID rules shut down in Tribeca for the second time this year. NYPD investigates lair assault on Asian man as a hate crime, while rallies planned today. Riverside Park unveiling Growth public art exhibit this summer. Extra extra, Bjork's sense of relief is a volcanic eruption. Brooklyn resident is New York's first known case of Brazilian COVID variant. New busway launching on notoriously congested 181st Street in Washington Heights. NYC virtual vigil for Atlanta shooting victims spotlights vulnerabilities of Asian women massage workers. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Why water and sanitation systems are vital for the economy. The value of water goes far beyond its stock price. Access to safe water never loses value. Oral health should be a development priority. Indigenous communities in Mexico fight energy projects. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Revealed, how the U.S. Marines secretly advised on the hit movie Avatar, despite later framing it as being anti-war. Purdue Pharma conducted massive probe of the Sacklers, but the findings are secret. Top NATO scientist with high-level security clearance spied for Chinese intelligence. Democrats are feasting on dark money, but they're also the ones vowing to fix it. Scientists create living entities in the lab that closely resemble human embryos. Ghislaine Maxwell case details too sensational and impure for public, judge says. With over $1 billion spent, domestic dark money dwarfs all foreign influence on 2020 election. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Is this real video of a man installing AC while perched on stack of ladders? Did a professor berate a student unable to use internet due to Myanmar coup? Is Subway offering $55 gift cards on Facebook for its anniversary? Did Google identify Richard Grenell as president in March 2021? Did Kamala Harris force children to learn Arabic numerals in schools? Is this a picture of new Miss Frizzle? Did Prince Harry and Meghan Markle start off and need to pay their mortgage? Supply bottlenecks leave ships stranded, businesses stymied. A rapid COVID-19 vaccine rollout backfired in some U.S. states. Some states to seek gun waiting periods after shootings. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Husband of Atlanta victim Soon Chung Park tried to perform CPR at crime scene. Be up your Instant Pot with our favorite accessories. It takes time. Biden DHS Secretary blames border crisis on Trump. GOP Governor Asa Hutchinson admits near-total abortion ban is unconstitutional. Travel to the world's coolest contemporary mountain houses. Queen to appoint royal diversity czar after Meghan and Harry's racism accusation. The day voting rights finally got traction in Selma, Alabama. William Miller promised Judgment Day, it became the great disappointment. Capturing the extreme, from deep space to the North Pole. Does anyone care if Biden holds a formal press conference? The next headlines are from the New York Post. Tyler Wade boosts his chance at making Yankees roster. ICE inks $89.6 million deal to lodge migrants in hotels. Ohio back as Cinderella is March Madness story that's easy to root for. Gonzaga's path through March Madness is about to get tough. Fancy duds are selling again, but full recovery may take years. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. Space hurricane of plasma spotted above Earth's North Pole. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Volcano that was dormant for 6,000 years erupts in Iceland. Gottlieb warns New York virus variant could be fueling new outbreaks. Worst flooding in decades hits Australia's east coast. Severe flooding hits New South Wales, Australia. Infections surge across Europe as global community sees hope in vaccines. Gottlieb warns of potential for new outbreaks fueled by troubling New York virus variant. COVID complacency runs rampant on Florida beaches amid outbreaks. Garcetti says hope hangs on the horizon as vaccine rollout continues. Former Trump vaccine chief very concerned about GOP vaccine hesitancy. The return of extinct species. The following headlines are from AlienUFOsightings.com. Arnold Schwarzenegger best suited to terminate aliens, according to UK survey. NASA's Mars helicopter completes tests, nears historic flight. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Former Arizona assessor sentenced to 5 more years in prison in illegal adoption scheme. Washington State mobilizes National Guard to sort out unemployment system errors. NYC Council to grill Correction Department officials on improper recording of inmate calls, other fiascos. Republican governor of Arkansas worried about Trump followers' refusal to get COVID vaccine. Miami Beach calls in SWAT to enforce temporary curfew as spring breakers flood city. At least 8 injured in stabbing at Detroit hookah lounge. DHS Secretary Mayorkas to migrants, don't come here. Chicago Cubs minor league player busted with 21 pounds of meth. San Diego man arrested after taking 2-year-old daughter into elephant enclosure at zoo. Defense Secretary Lloyd travels to Afghanistan. The following headlines are from military.com. A year into pandemic, veterans' walls barely hanging on. AP sources, Iran threatens U.S. Army base and top general. Prosecutor, man accused of one murder says he really killed 16. Defense chief arrives in Kabul on first trip to Afghanistan. Doctors found jet fuel in veterans' lungs, he cannot get full benefits. U.S. deploys Green Berets to defeat ISIS-linked insurgents accused of beheading children on a new front in southern Africa. Bathroom politics, male special forces rebuff unisex restrooms to keep men-only status quo, study finds. Warner, Duckworth call for action on military families' food insecurity. Air Force target drone washes up on Florida beach. Former astronaut is Biden's choice to lead NASA. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. 1 person killed, 3 others wounded including man attacked in home invasion robbery. West Side man charged with attempted murder in shooting that wounded officer, led to standoff. COVID-19 cases in Illinois by zip code, search for your neighborhood. Where the coronavirus data stands in the U.S. and world, vaccinations, cases and deaths. Illinois COVID-19 vaccine tracker, 24,482 additional people fully vaccinated for a total of 1,755,107, 13.78% of the state's population including 39.62% of those over 65, 75,380 doses administered yesterday. Daily Illinois coronavirus graphs, 22 new deaths, 1,431 new confirmed and probable cases and 70,102 new test results. The statewide positivity rate for cases is 2.5%. Coronavirus in Illinois updates, 75,380 vaccine doses administered, 1,431 new cases and 22 additional deaths reported. Illinois lottery opens new Chicago office for winners to claim their prizes. Suspect in custody after Chicago police officer shot on West Side, marking 3rd cop shot within week. That's a crazy block down there. The following headlines are from FIS.org. Large asteroid 2, safely, zip past Earth. Swiss kids suit up for mission to Mars. Meteor streaks over Cuba, causes explosion. Eruption of Iceland volcano easing, not affecting flights. Japan lifts tsunami advisory after strong quake off northeast. How Finland embraced being world's happiest nation. An easy way to reduce socio-economic disparities. Icelandic volcano subsiding after first eruption in 900 years. Iceland's main volcanic eruptions. Record rains, flooding prompt evacuations in Australia. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Sunday, March 21st, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. Why less exercise can bring better results. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. For states' COVID-19 contact tracing apps, privacy tops utility. Lawsuit filed over hit-and-run death of Nicki Minaj's father. Car makers scramble to stay ahead of hackers trying to take control of vehicles, systems. India battles a second COVID-19 wave and vaccine skepticism. Yankees rotation behind Cole taking shape. Tottenham beats Aston Villa 2-0 to keep CL spot in sight. The following headlines are from mercurynews.com. Bay Area TV Sports, what to watch on Monday, Tuesday. Grandparents in the pandemic, a lost year, but now some hope. Miami sets earlier curfew after spring break crowds, fights. About 40 false color whales spotted along California coast. The latest, Arkansas Gov, end of mask mandate at month's end. Royals say they may consider appointing diversity chief. Whiskey makers face worsening hangover from trade dispute. In Kabul, Pentagon chief speaks of responsible end to war. San Jose, police bust sideshow with over 200 cars, impound 3. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Number of newly reported coronavirus cases decline in Texas. New Mexico reports 176 new COVID-19 cases, but no new deaths. Mississippi River towboat marks start of navigation season. The latest, St. Lawrence out of NCAA men's hockey tourney. Lawsuit says former Albany bishop abused 11-year-old in 1977. Inside the Beltway, Donald Trump, Trump to launch on social media. Analysis, Mississippi lawmakers mull Medicaid revisions. Inmate back in custody after jail escape in northern Utah. Meritor nurses ratify contract with pandemic-related changes. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Will the Biden administration shine light on shadowy special ops programs? This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Sunday, March 21st, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. Readmission rate high for adults hospitalized for diabetic ketoacidosis. Weekly insulin helps patients with type 2 diabetes achieve similar blood sugar control to daily insulin. COVID-19 can cause atypical thyroid inflammation. Study finds oral testosterone therapy undecanoate is effective, with no liver toxicity. First targeted therapy for children with achondroplasia shows persistent height gain. New treatment shows promise in preventing heart failure after heart attack. Hospitalized COVID-19 patients with obesity are significantly more likely to need intensive care unit care. Children, teens with type 1 diabetes had better glucose control during COVID-19 lockdown. Sleep disturbances may contribute to weight gain in menopause. Common drugs for type 2 diabetes and obesity do not increase breast cancer risk. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Man critically injured in South Chicago crash. Bears sign veteran OLB Jeremiah Ateochu from Broncos. Illinois records 1,431 new COVID-19 cases as positivity rate dips. Loyola 71, Illinois 58, how do the Ramblers and their fans like that number 8 seat now? A new push to expand the state's earned income credit could include immigrants. Vitamin D study to assess role in protecting black population from COVID. Blackhawks Kevin Lankinen, Malcolm Sub-Bengali duo has fallen back to earth in March. Sure, this is America, like it or not. 14 shot, 3 fatally in Chicago since Friday evening. Chicago quiz shows pick up slack for your favorite bars trivia night. The next headlines are from Detroit Metro. Michigan workers call for Verner's boycott over labor dispute. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Sunday, March 21st, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. The Texas smoke break gives Houston a return to live music. The next headlines are about world records making news. Guinness World Record, Bengaluru boy solves 3 Rubik's Cube using both hands and feet. India Today. Say swimmer breaks world record for 33 kilometers false bay crossing, say People News. Dubai's Global Village gets another Guinness World Record, Gulf News. Finland's Johanna Nordlund claims under ice horizontal dive world record, Malay Mail. Home stars take Tunisia to the top at Grand Prix, International Paralympic Committee. TRK Telekomdan 5G Unid Naya Rayleigh News. Drop and give me 3,000. Former Marine to attempt world record for most push-ups in 1 hour, Palm Beach Post. Video, Skyfront hybrid drone beats world record for endurance flight, commercial drone professional. Explained, Beeman, Powell, Chistayakova, Anju, why long jump records are long-standing, The Indian Express. Saudi's SWCC sets Guinness World Record for lowest energy-consuming bezel plant, MEP Middle East. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. How many slaps does it take to cook a chicken? This YouTuber built a slapping rig to find out. A black and white Justice League and a regular Tenet are coming to HBO Max. Researchers put cloth face masks under a microscope. The images are out of this world. This Tuka and Birdie Season 2 clip reminds us to go to therapy. Sunday's best deals, Greenworks Outdoor Power Tools, Corsair Virtuoso Headset, 2-pack 1080p webcams, kitchen essentials, garden seed and kneeler, and more. Kneel or sit while you plant your spring veggies with over 40% off a garden seat with added tool pouches. Safety is sexy, so get a 40-pack of KN95 5-layer masks for just $18. Brazilian regulators fine Apple nearly $2 million over chargerless iPhone 12. With rumored redesign around the corner, Apple discontinues 2 iMac configurations. This game reimagines Pac-Man as a playable thought where creatures capitalize instead of evolve. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Maine in -0 at 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Concordia in Antarctica at -89.5 degrees Fahrenheit or -67.5 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Stabbing, crucifixion, eaten by eels, learn all about murder the Roman way. New York lawmaker wants to ban police use of armed robots. Mouse embryos grow for days in culture, but the requirements are a bit nuts. Facebook finally explains its mysterious new wrist wearable. Apple bent its rules for Russia, and other countries will take note. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Former White House official joins Republican House leadership as GOP leadership goes full Trump. No two rioters, if you can see a security camera, it can see you back. You cannot teach stupid. Americans respond to massive crowds on Miami Beach for spring break. Trump has a tantrum on the golf course, slams clubs into the green. Nazi punches wheelchair-bound man and assaults wife with flagpole at Freedom Rally, report. Failing Trump has too much baggage to make a successful presidential run in 2024, election expert. Trump buried in derision over plan to launch a social media platform that will redefine the game. Ignorant hack, Fox News fans go berserk after host says mask-free spring breakers have too many freedoms. Capitol rioter gets his voice heard, but it might not be what he had in mind. Fox News host laughs as Jason Miller lies about Biden's wipeout on Air Force One's fares. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. The Sunday news shows went all in on the border crisis, and I think it gave me hives. Democrats just announced they're off to a record-setting fundraising start through 2021. Raphael Warnock slams Georgia Republicans for pushing voting restrictions after the Atlanta massacre. Can a tanker full of liquefied natural gas ever be carbon neutral? Steve Bannon, wellness warrior. America's right-wing patriots are fawning over the British monarchy to own the libs. Marjorie Taylor Greene rakes in cash after Twitter briefly suspends her. You won't be able to go watch the Tokyo Olympics in person. A salty solution for methane-belching cows. The following items are today's top search results for the term neural plasticity. Scientists investigate the role of gut microbiota and risk for severe mental disorders. James Moore. Lookyout reviews, Best Nootropics and Brain Supplement in 2021, Vents Magazine. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Sunday, March 21st, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. More UFOs detected than public knows, admits former intelligence chief. Jet interceptors chase UFOs in DC skies. UFO Chronicle 1952. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Sunday, March 21st, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. True Strange News is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by True Strange News. All rights reserved.